Okay, hello. We are ready for Notes for Geometry 1.5, titled Using Formulas in Geometry. And these three you should know. You should know rectangle, square, and triangle. But notice that each of them have two formulas. Like this P stands for perimeter, A stands for area. So perimeter of a rectangle is twice the length plus twice the width. Area is length times width. Perimeter of a square is 4 times the length of a side. The area is side squared. And then triangle, the perimeter is you just add 3 sides up, A plus B plus C. And then the area one is 1/2 base times height, or that can be written base times height divided by 2. Again, you should be familiar with those. The base, B, can be any side of a triangle. The height, h, is a segment from a vertex that forms a right angle with a line containing the base. The height may be a side of the triangle or in the interior or the exterior of a triangle. And here's 3 examples. That one, the height is a side of the triangle. The middle one, the height is in the interior. The third one, that's what a triangle looks like when the height is in the exterior. So that would be like an obtuse triangle. Let's do this example. Finding perimeter and area. Find the perimeter and the area. Let's do perimeter first. If you look at your tick marks, if this side is 4, that means this side has to be 4. If the bottom is 6, then the top has to be 6. So the perimeter is really 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 again, which if you add those up, it is 20, and we will label that inches. So there's one answer. The other one is to find area. So I'll say A is, and that's a rectangle. Look back at your formula for rectangle. That's length times width. So it's 4 times 6, which is 24. And we got to label that one inches squared. So there's my 2 answers, perimeter and area. What about a triangle? Find the perimeter and area of each figure. The perimeter here is just to add up the sides. It's going to be some algebra here. X plus 4 plus 5x plus 6. And when we combine like terms, looks like that's going to be 6x plus 10. There's my perimeter. My area is the formula base times height divided by 2. 6 is my base. This one out here is my height, so I would not use the 5x. I only use the 5x for the perimeter. So base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2, and that can be simplified using algebra into 3x plus 4. And I guess if you wanted to do distributive property, it would be 3x plus 12, but that's not necessary. Let's look at the next one. Where am I at here? Find the perimeter and area of a square with S is 3.5 inches. There's no figure. So make sure you are in the habit of drawing a picture. This is a square. I'll put 4 tick marks in. If one side is 3.5, all sides are 3.5. So my perimeter is, and I could add 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, or I could just take 4 times 3.5. and that would be 14, so that's 14 inches. My area is side squared, or 3.5 times 3.5. Of course, that requires a calculator. 3.5 times 3.5 is 12.25. And that one has to be labeled inches squared. Let's keep going. Here's an example, an application. The Queen's quilt block includes 12 blue triangles. The base and height of each triangle are about 4 inches. Let's draw the triangle. Here's a triangle. The base and height are about 4 inches. Find the approximate amount of fabric used to make 12 triangles. So let's start off by the area of one triangle is base times height divided by 2. So that would be 4 times 4 divided by 2, or 16 divided by 2, or 8. That would be 8 inches squared. Now that would be for one triangle, but the problem is talking about 12. So I need to take 12 times 8, which is 96 inches squared. So that's how much fabric, or the area of 12 triangles for this quilt. The next one's very similar. Find the amount of fabric used to make 4 rectangles. Each rectangle, let's draw it, each rectangle has a length of 6.5 and a width of 2.5. So the area of that rectangle would be, I'm going to write it 6.5 times 2.5. I'm going to pick up my calculator. 6.5 times 2.5 is 16.25. And again, that would be inches squared. That's the area of one rectangle. But remember, or realize, I'm making 4 of them. So I want 4 times 16.25. And that comes out to be 65. And again, that would be labeled inches squared. Let's move on and talk about some circles. In a circle, a diameter is a segment that passes through the center of the circle, whose endpoints are on a circle. A radius of a circle is a segment whose endpoints are the center of the circle and a point on the circle. You should know that a radius is half the diameter. Keep reading. The circumference of a circle is the distance around the circle. Circumference and perimeter kind of mean the same thing. So you have this little diagram down there. Again, you should be familiar with radius, diameter, and circumference. The circumference of a circle is given by the formula C is pi times d, or this one's more common, 2 pi r. The area of a circle is given by pi r squared. You should memorize 2 pi r for circumference and pi r squared for area. And right here, that's the symbol for pi. We generally use 3.14 as the approximation. Let's do some examples. Find the circumference and area of a circle with radius 8. There's my formulas. So circumference would be 2 times pi times 8. The area would be pi times 8 squared. And you can put those into the calculator and get the numbers. On the next one, though, The radius now is 14. So again, here's my formulas. So my circumference would be 2 times pi times 14. My area would be pi times 14 squared. Again, you can punch those into the calculator and get the answers. Okay, that's it for these notes. Thank you for watching.